Hi my dear students. Now I will discuss about the very first unit of your module Industrial Electronics. In this unit, that is differential amplifier, we will cover what is a differential amplifier, what are the different configurations of differential amplifier, its AC analysis and its DC analysis, and finally how to improve the performance of differential amplifier. Now I'll move to the next slide. What is differential amplifier? Differential amplifier, it amplifies the difference between the two input signal. So it is also called a difference amplifier because it amplifies the difference between two input signals. And why it is so important over here? Because it is the basic building block of operation amplifier. Here shows the schematic symbol of a differential amplifier. As you know, it has got two input, 1 and 2. One is inverting and other one is non-inverting input, and it has got one output, two supply voltages plus Vs and minus Vs. Both are of same magnitude but opposite in direction. That's it. One is plus and other one is minus. Now we will see how a differential amplifier is developed. Now consider two emitter biased circuit like this. Here the two transistors Q1 and Q2 both are identical transistors. Also the resistors RC1 and RC2 are equal in magnitude. Assume that RE1 and RE2 also are equal in magnitude. Both VCC and minus VE both are equal in value, but only one is plus and other one is minus. So it differs only in sign. Now both our voltages are measured with respect to ground. Now how we will get a differential amplifier? If we combine these two like this, because these both are symmetrical each other, so if you are combining these two, we getting a differential amplifier. This RE1 and RE2 are taken as parallel, and the parallel value of RE1 and RE2 is RE. RC1 and RC2 are equal, and you can write as simply RC. This RS1 is the internal resistance of your input voltages. These are the two input voltages V1 and V2. So RS1 and RS2 are the internal resistance of this input sources. Then the two supply voltages plus VCC and minus VCC both are equal in magnitude. So this is what is basically a differential amplifier. This comes as the basic building block of your operation amplifier circuit. Because second unit onwards, now you are going to study different applications of operation amplifier. So you should have a basic understanding about the basic building block of operation amplifier, that is differential amplifier. Now comes to the different classification of differential amplifier. Basically, differential amplifier can be used in any of the following configurations. The four configurations shown here. One is dual input balanced output, dual input unbalanced output, single input balanced output, and single input unbalanced output. The first case, dual input balanced output. So this is a dual input balanced output. You can see that here one input, here one input. Both input V1 and V2 are present. So it is dual input. Now balanced output. See from where we are taking in the first one the output. The output is taken between the two collectors of the transistors. So it is called a balanced output differential amplifier. So the first case is dual input or double input, balanced output. Output is taken between the two collectors of the transistors. So it is called balanced output. Now comes to the second configuration, dual input. Here also V1 and V2 both inputs are present. Now see how you are taking output here. You are taking output from one of the collector with respect to ground, not between two collectors. One collector with respect to ground. It can be any one because both the transistors are identical. So here we are taking collector of transistor Q2 with respect to ground, or it can be collector of transistor Q1 with respect to ground. This is called a unbalanced output. Now the third case is single input balanced output. Single input means we will provide only one input. The other input is equal to 0. We are not providing it, is grounded. Now this is single input, only one input, and see here the output is taken between the two collectors of two transistors. So it is called a balanced output. So the third case is single input balanced output differential amplifier. Now comes to the last one. It is single input unbalanced output. See, V1, V2 is absent, so only single input. Output is taken between one of the collector with respect to ground. So it is unbalanced output. So this is the last case, dual input, single input unbalanced output. So these are the 4 configurations of differential amplifier. So when we are using any one of the configuration, you will be using for your applications. Now comes to the next case, that is we are doing the DC analysis of differential amplifier. Dual input balanced output differential amplifier DC analysis. DC analysis means we considering only the DC signal. If any AC is there in the circuit, we will be make it as 0 or it will be grounded. See, your two inputs V1 and V2 both are AC signal. Now since we are doing the DC analysis, we are not considering any AC signal. So the two AC signal V1 and V2 is equal to 0. Only DC signal plus VCC and minus VE we will be considering here. Now with the DC analysis here, we need to calculate the value of IE as well as IC. Actually, you have to obtain the operating points of IC and VCE, collector current and collector to emitter voltage for a differential amplifier. So for that we are doing the DC analysis. So we need to calculate here the value, what is IE and what is IC, or from there you should get the VC, the output for VC means it is nothing but the collector voltage of transistor 1, or it is the output voltage. So we now will do the analysis of that. So for getting IE, we need to consider only this loop, because you have to apply KVL over the base to emitter loop here, and you should get the value of IE from there. Also for getting the value of output, you need to apply KVL in this path. You need to apply KVL in this path. So you should get, will get the value of V output. So this is the KVL when I am applying over here in this loop. This is current is flowing in this direction, that is like this, current is assumed to be flowing. So plus to minus, this is the direction, this is a base, it is an NPN transistor, this is positive, this is negative. So plus to, again this is plus and this will be the minus. plus 2 minus, then coming here current is in down direction, so plus 2 minus. This is minus VE. When I am drawing by the battery symbol, it will be minus will come here, plus will be grounded. So it is minus VE. Now apply KVL in this loop. Apply KVL in this loop. So when we are applying plus to minus, minus RS1 multiplied by the current is IB minus VBE minus RE multiplied by the current will be 2IE, then minus to plus VEE should be equal to 0. Now readjust the equation for getting the value of IE. We will be getting as, so after readjusting the equation, take this to the right side, we can write this, and as we know that IC is almost equal to IE and IC is equal to beta times IB. So IE you can write as, since both are equal, IE is also equal to beta times IB. It's almost. So from here I can write IB as IE by beta. Now substitute the value of IB to this equation. So my equation now turn to VE minus VB is equal to RS1 multiplied by IB is IE by beta plus RE into 2 times IE. Take out IE, so we'll be getting as IE into RS1 by beta plus 2 times RE. Now RS1 by beta means it is small value, beta is high, RS1 is small. So RS1 by beta means very small, I can neglect it. So I can write the equation for IE as IE is equal to VE minus VB divided by 2RE only. This is almost equal to 0. This is the equation for IE. Now for getting the value of VC, V output means at this point, that means VC1, collector of transistor 1. VC1 is VCC minus ICRC. If I am applying the KVL in this direction, I can directly write it as VCC minus ICRC1. So we getting as VO1, that means it is equal to VC1 or VC. VC1 is equal to VCC minus ICRC1. So that is the DC analysis. So for the DC analysis, you should remember these two equations. One is this one and this is also important. These two relations you should remember in the case of DC analysis. Thank you.